Hey everyone, this here is Ace's Fool with your host Craig Guy Sr. As I promised in the past, I'm going to bring you some snippets of some self-defense things, and tonight I'm going to start with the basic footwork, right? We're talking about the sport of boxing, then we're talking about the street self-defense. It all incorporates the same, the footwork's about the same, right? So we're going to start with the basic stance, right? Now, I'm right-handed, all right? So that would be my dominant hand, and I'm going to put my non-dominant hand out in front, which would be my jab in that hand there. I don't say strong and weak, because if I classify something as strong and weak, I tend to use it more if I think it's stronger, and if I think it's weak, I don't use it at all. So I say dominant and non-dominant, right? So the first thing we'll talk about is a stance. My dominant hand is going to be to the rear. My body's going to be canted slightly to take away any angle, all right? And that's going to be the ebb and flow. Everything starts with footwork, right? Your punches can have a lot more power with basic footwork of the rotation of the hip, advancing forward, going to the rear if you need to, all right? So knees slightly bent, feet slightly canted. I'm pushing off this rear foot, all right? You can see that I'm on the ball of my foot. My foot's not flat foot, all right? So I can advance forward, all right? My hands are in a defensive position. All right, so it's really simple. Hands are always up, ready to go. Street fight, sport of it, right? I'm talking about self-defense right now, so I always want my hands ready. You want to watch the overt movements of somebody on the street. If their shoulders flinch, or if their hands are moving, you can expect they're getting ready to drop something on you. So you need to be prepared for that. So in the basic footwork, knees slightly bent, all right? Changing levels. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller, so I give myself a little bit less of a target that someone can hit me. You can see where my body's bladed, right? I'm here in this position, which when I get into dry fire drills and all, my body's going to be bladed as well, shooting from the hip and all. But for now, we're going to stick with all hands on, all right? So hands up, getting protection, and as I'm moving, if I want to go forward, all I simply do is move my left foot, right foot, right foot. I'm advancing forward. If I want to go to the rear, I change the opposite. Right foot moves first, and I'm just moving. I'm staying light, staying on the balls of my feet. I got my hands up in a good position, always here protecting, all right, because I want to close that gap, all right? I don't want to be out on the end. I'm a shorter guy. I don't want to be out on the end of somebody's punch, so I'm going to advance in quickly, hands up, so I can get my elbow strikes and knee strikes and things going from this position. Everything builds off of the footwork. Here, advancing forward, left and right, advancing forward, all right? Hands are up in a good defensive position, ready to protect. I can go into a bob and weave movement or anything, and as I'm retreating, if necessary, I don't like to go straight back. I like to use out on that angle, all right? So I can spin out on that angle and come back to center, all right? So I'm moving in, I'm advancing forward, and I'm going to the rear. Advancing forward, and I'm going to the rear. So in quick time movement, it's going to look like this. I'm moving forward, all right? And I'm moving back. I'm moving forward. I'm moving back, all right? If I want to go to my left, I'm going to move the left foot first. Left, right. Left, right. If I'm going to go to my right, I'm simply going to move my right foot first. Right, left. Right, left, all right? So I can move forward. I can pivot, change direction. I can protect from the rear, all right? I can do a lot of different things. I can change stance. I can go from a conventional stance to a southpaw stance if someone's coming up from the rear, right? So I want to be able to train both sides of the brain. Both hands are equally strong, all right? Dominant hands, all right? So I can knock you out with the left or right, uppercuts or whatever. So again, moving forward, moving back, going to my left, going to my right, okay? And then eventually what I want to do is build off of this and get you the punch combination that you need, and you're going to see the ebb and flow. Everything comes from the hip. Power doesn't come from the bicep on a punch. It's going to come from the hip and the rotation and the pop, 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 and moving forward. So I'm advancing and I'm retreating. Moving to the left, I'm moving to the right. Someone's coming up from behind. I can immediately go into a Jeet Kune Do type of stance. All right, now my dominant hand becomes my lead hand. That's what Bruce Lee taught, and I can go from here. So I can protect 360 in this footwork right here, staying in what they call the phone booth, because I like to get in tight, right? All right, I'm a little bit shorter in stature, so I don't want to be out on somebody's punch, and I can throw strong because I'm going to rotate. So as I'm moving, and what I want to do is get out on that angle, which will be a video in itself, and just pivoting. Boom. Now I've bladed the body even more, and I've made myself less of a target. Because if I just retreat, going straight back and someone's advancing, they're eventually going to get the rhythm and timing. Advance forward, moving to the left, moving to the right, advance forward, going to the rear, left, right. Hope you enjoyed the video, folks. That's the basic footwork. We're going to build on that and get into punch combinations, lefts, rights, uppercuts, hooks, overhand rights. All that's coming your way right here on Aces Fool. Stay tuned. Good stuff's coming.